100 in the building. Wow. 100 posting more than one video in a day. Oh, man, what is crazy about that? What's up, Karan?
Yo, Logic, man, you have finally lost your damn mind.
Whoa, language.
Astaghfirullah, you have lost your mind.
I've lost my mind. How?
First of all, no one gives a corrupted Bible about you taking your shahada. This is not a big thing at all. No one cares. So, so you taking your shahada.
Wait, say that again.
I can't say the same joke twice, man. But I'll come up with another one again.
Oh, that's good. No one gives a corrupted Bible about your shahada, man. That is good.
No one cares. No one cares at John, Luke, and John about that, man.
Let me say something to that, Karan. I beg to differ. I would think that no one would care, but I'm telling you, every Muslim live that I go into, or wherever I go, you get Muslims always asking, Logic, when are you going to take your shahada, man? Logic, you're so close. You have so much knowledge about Islam. Just convert. I get that all the time. You should see my messages, man.
Oh, clowns.
They're clowns? They're Muslims.
It's clear you're the opposite. Because how can you take your shahada when you are in firm belief of whatever you believe in?
Well,
you
that
Jesus is God.
That is very true. I mean, I am so far on the opposite side of Islam. There's no chance in God's heaven or hell that I would convert to Islam unless, and that's what the topic is today.
Unless Allah guides you there, but
Allah's already misguided me, right?
Whoever Allah guides, there's none that can lead him astray. So, I mean, but
and whoever he misguides, there's nobody that can guide that person, right?
Indeed, and you're one of the guys that's being led astray,
So when on Judgment Day, I could point the finger back at Allah and say, "You're the one who misguided me," right?
Have fun with that. Pointing the finger at the Lord of the universe. How do you think that's going to go?
He's not the Lord of the universe if he's misguiding me, man. The Lord of the universe doesn't misguide.
And that's you saying that.
That's what the Lord of the universe tells me. Matter of fact, this is what the Lord of the universe tells me. He says, "You believe in me, and I go to my Father's house, and in there are many mansions that I have made and prepared for you. And we're guaranteed these mansions in the Father's house." That's what the Lord of the universe says. Not he misguides some people, and don't even worry about guiding them because you can't guide who he misguides. That's just crazy.
So when Islam teaches that there are mansions in paradise, you also believe that?
Whose mansions?
Doesn't matter. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking mansions in paradise. You believe the Christianity also teaches that?
Where does the Quran teach that there's mansions in paradise?
Oh yeah, for sure. Many times there's elevated mansions. To be specific,
elevated.
That's just
mansions.
Elevated mansions. Indeed.
Who gets to go there?
Huh?
Who do these mansions belong to?
To the people who believe and do righteous deeds.
All of them?
Yeah, who believe in Allah and do righteous deeds for Allah's sake. They get elevated mansions.
Even the women?
Of course.
Really?
Yes, everyone who believes in that is not that difficult.
So women get these mansions. Interesting. I thought that the men and the women get separate gifts when it comes to paradise.
No. When it comes to mansions, this is universal. You'll get a house the size of New York City.
You get a house the size of New York City.
But back to what I was saying, does the Bible also teach that there are mansions in heaven?
Yeah, there are.
Oh, so this is similar to Islamic teaching. Okay, that's good.
Well,
that's good.
The Islam is taking a lot from what Jesus says. You know, the Quran takes a lot from what Jesus says, right, in the Gospel.
Well, it doesn't take from it. Both these scriptures have the same foundation, have the same origin, which is from God. Therefore,
both of these scriptures. No, they don't. No, they do not. Islam does not have its origin from God. Absolutely not. But it takes a lot from Jesus, though. It wants to be linked with God, but it's just, unfortunately, it's not, man.
So if the Quran says all praise is due to God, you don't think this is originated from God?
No, because even polytheists say the same thing.
No, they don't.
Yeah, no, they don't. And so does Sikhism and who are they? Baha'i, I don't even know what they're called exactly, but the Baha'i, the people who follow the Baha'i faith, they say the same thing.
Oh, so and that's where the word God and Allah differentiates. People can, even non-believers say God, they believe in God and call upon Him when it's convenient to them, but no one calls upon Allah. Like you have to be a believer in the one God to call upon Allah. This is when you say all praise is due to Allah. Now only the believers say this.
See, now that's good. If you have a particular belief about God, right? Or let's say if you have the wrong belief about God from your point of view, then they're not calling on Allah, the true Allah, right? Even if they say, because there was Arab pagans that called God Allah, right? But you wouldn't say that they were really calling on the true Allah. They were pagans, right?
Yeah, because they didn't believe in full Tawheed. That's just them believe. Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, similarly, just because there may be a similarity between two beliefs, like if you find something that's similar in the Quran, then you'll find it in the Gospel, or vice versa. It doesn't mean that it comes from the same God. It doesn't.
But it doesn't not mean that.
Yes, we can demonstrate, that it doesn't come from the same God.
Now, you saying that, the Quran takes from the Bible is just you pulling out the worst case scenario. But if one book comes later and has similar teachings from the book from before, then it can be said that both of these books have the same origin. Just one is a little distorted and one is preserved.
So this is what I'm saying. I'm saying that it's not simply just that the gospel predates the Quran, and so there's similarities. They just have the similar author type of thing or a similar source. No, the Quran says that it confirms the previous scriptures, that it came confirming and lining up with the previous scriptures. So yeah, that we're going based off what the Quran is saying. It's pulling from the previous scriptures some of the things that it's talking about. A lot of the things that it's talking about. Like, in fact, bro, without the Bible, you wouldn't be able to make any sense of the Quran. Any sense.
What have you? Wait. Huh? The Quran is very straightforward. If you don't understand the Quran, you have 1,000 screws loose.
Okay, so for example, bro, when it says the children of Israel, right? The children of Israel. Who is Israel?
Who is Israel?
Yeah.
It's not a person.
And see, that's what I'm saying. When you say something like that, it shows you that your Quran doesn't tell you anything. For you to go and say, and it's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. I don't blame you. It's the Quran's fault. You're a Muslim. So you're disconnected from the previous scriptures. So you don't even know that Israel is an actual person, was a man.
Okay, that can be from what you're talking about, but Israel is also a place.
Israel became a place because it comes from a place where the children of Israel, the descendants of Israel, lived. So that land became known as the land of Israel.
Okay, so all right.
But your Quran doesn't tell you this.
It is not relevant information. The children of Israel, when the children of Israel is being spoken about, is being throughout reading the entire Quran, you understand that these were believing people who, I can't really put it up, but these were believing people who were given commandments to follow, and and basically that's the round picture of it.
Here's the thing, Quran. When you say that that's irrelevant, again, you're showing the disconnect that you have as a Muslim with the prophets in the previous scriptures, because you would never say that knowing who Israel is irrelevant. You just mentioned that the commands that they were given, they're given a covenant, they're given a command. Matter of fact, the Quran even says that Allah favored them over the people of mankind. Why? That's very, don't you think it's relevant when Allah says that there's a particular people on all the earth that he favored over the rest? You don't think that that's relevant to know who they are and why?
If it's not in the revelation of who this person Israel is that you're talking about, then it's not relevant. If it's not in the scripture, and then we get the idea that Allah is trying to send down without knowing this person Israel you're talking about. Is this a prophet of God who you're talking about?
Yes, of course it is. That this is where the covenants come from. Your Quran literally says that he favored the children of Israel over all mankind, and that it's to Israel and his descendants, Isaac, that he gave the prophethood. That's how relevant he is and his descendants are. You can't say, oh, it doesn't matter to the revelation. It's key. It's key to the revelation. It's key to God's purpose and who he's choosing.
So Isaac is Yaqub. I mean, Israel is Yaqub.
How do you know that?
Somebody just said it in the comments.
So you don't know that?
Yeah, I didn't know the translation of it. I know who Yaqub is. But
you know who Yaqub is? Well, really, you don't actually. You don't know who Yaqub is. But you know the name. You know the name Yaqub or Jacob, for those who don't know these names. Jacob. You know the name Jacob or Yaqub. You know the name Israel, but you don't know who either of these guys are.
So we can come to the conclusion that you're still in full Christian livelihood. You're nowhere near taking your shahada. You might as well just hop off live now.
No, I mean, there's just so many problems with it. But I even besides all of these problems, besides all of these clear as day mistakes and I mean bold in my face falsehoods, I am still willing to give the Quran a chance. I'm still willing to give the Quran.
First, you have to be within the criteria of people who accept the Quran, which is someone who believes in the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
And that's where we come to. Let me show you what it is that will convince me that Islam is true. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead, tell your people.
You know what? You my people.
All right. So tell your people.
All right. So in chapter 61, verse 6 of the Quran.
Chapter who?
Chapter 61.
All right.
Verse 6. If you guys are enjoying this, please hit the like button. There's over 500 folks here on YouTube, so make sure you guys are smashing that like button, all right? There should be almost 600 likes on the YouTube video. What's up, Radar Apologetic? Shout out, teacher. You there yet?
Yeah, so what happened?
So 61 verse 6, it says that Jesus mentioned a messenger to come after him named Ahmed. I would like to know where Jesus said that.
What do you mean? Where Jesus said that?
Yeah, it says that Jesus said this, so I want to see where he said this.
People don't. You saying where Jesus said it? What house he was in, or what country he was in?
Where can I find this statement where he said this?
Well, you just found it.
No, I see the Quran claims that Jesus said this, so I would like to see the statement myself.
You just seen it in the Quran.
See, and that's
So what are you talking about? You want to see it in the Bible?
Didn't Jesus bring the gospel? It says that. Look, it says he came with the good news, the gospel, and within his gospel, within his good news, he told of a messenger named Ahmed to come after him. So I should see this in the gospel.
The Quran is the gospel. This is the good news here.
Show me where the Quran says that the Quran is the gospel.
Well, is the gospel mean this is the good news here right here?
Yeah, show me where the Quran says that the Quran is the gospel or the good news.
All right, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that, but it's fair for me to say that.
It's not fair for you to say that. There's only one good news, and that's the gospel that Jesus brought, man.
The gospel of Jesus or the gospel of who?
The gospel of Jesus. So where can I find Jesus making this statement where he says that a messenger named Ahmed will come after him?
Well, where in the Bible is there a section or a book called the Gospel of Jesus?
In all of the Gospels, it's the gospel of Jesus, just being reported by his companions. So, for example, Mark chapter 1, it literally starts off with the beginning of the gospel of Jesus Christ, the Son of God. That's literally how it starts off.
So that's where you're getting these that's where you're getting this literature from his disciples.
Yes.
And his disciples didn't have anything to do with the compilation of the Bible?
Yes.
Just like, okay, all right. I'm not gonna get too deep into that. All right. But
is it fair? Like, as a Christian, it's fair for me to ask this question, right? Because look, let me show you where I'm coming from.
About where does Jesus say that somebody was gonna be
that Ahmed specifically, that Ahmed will come after him? Because if you can like show me that Jesus actually said this, I have to believe that. As a Christian, I have to. He's my Lord. He's my Messiah. I have to believe in what he said. So if he actually said, "Yeah, someone named Ahmed is going to come after me. He's a messenger. Follow him," or whatever, right? I have to do that. I have to believe.
So there's nowhere in the Bible where Jesus says. That there's a claim that Jesus says that there's a messenger that'll come after him?
No.
And does the Bible
not
say that? Huh?
Not Ahmed.
But does it say a messenger will come after him?
Nope.
No, okay. Does the Bible say that this is gonna be that the Bible will be the last revelation?
Yes, it says that the seal of prophecy stops with the Messiah. That's Daniel chapter 9, and that's Jesus. He says the seal of the Father is on him. And he says in Luke chapter, I believe it's 16, verse 16, it says all of the law and the prophets were until John the Baptist. So they were up until then. Now we're in this dispensation of Christ. We're following the law of the Messiah now. And that's it.
All right. So like you're with the belief that Jesus is God, right?
Of course. He said it.
And this, like, when you read this doesn't sound like falsehood to you?
No, he showed me, he claimed to be the one who gives eternal life. He claimed to be the one who forgives sins. He claimed to be the first and the last, the beginning and the end, the Alpha and Omega. And then he proved it by dying and said, I lay down my life and I have the power to bring it back up because death has no power over me. And he did it. So, of course, I expect that from God.